Hey Sandals Church kids, we are so excited that you're watching Until Then with us. And I just wanted to let you know that on week 4 of this series, you're gonna have a chance to make an important decision. With your parents, your leaders, and your friends, you will have the opportunity to talk about your relationship with Jesus and then decide whether or not you want to, 1, choose to follow Jesus for the first time. 2, continue to follow him if you've already made that decision. Or 3, wait until you're ready and ask more questions. We want you to feel ready and confident in whatever decision you make. And until then, pray, ask, and think about this decision. Now, let's get started. Coming up.
How to cause confusion with this illusion. Find out how on Until Then.
And now, make some noise for your amazing host!
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sandals Church Kids. Here at Sandals Church, we are all about the vision of being real with ourselves, God, and others. I'm Delon.
And I'm Joelle, and we're so excited that you are here with us for our series called Until Then. This series covers the last books in the New Testament of the Bible all the way through Revelation.
That's right. In a second, we're going to jump into a Bible story, but first, we're going to watch a fun pre-show video and then jump into a time of worship and singing together. Let's get started.
Welcome to Mail Time. I'm Little Coyote with
Mr. Coyote, and we are so excited to open up some mail with you guys today. It's been 7 days. We've missed you guys, but we've gotten a lot of mail, like a ton of mail. And our first letter is from
San Bernardino.
That's right, it's from Madeline. And Madeline, I'm so excited to read your letter today. Look at this drawing right now. Looks pretty normal, right? It's just a normal drawing with a little girl with a nice smile. Boom. Look at that. When I pull the picture up, Madeline is eating tons of ice cream and birthday cake. This is so awesome. Madeline, very creative. I love drawings like this one. Now let's take a look at what Madeline wrote us. Dear Sandals Church kids, I hope that you guys have a great day and take care. My name is Madeline and I am 7 years old. My nickname is Maddie. What are your names and nicknames? She drew a dog and a cat. We have Penny and Lottie and Sunny. Wait, hold on a second. And she also drew an octopus. Madeline, do you have a pet octopus? If you do, please let us know. I hope that she has a pet octopus. So, Renly, do you have a nickname?
Sometimes they call me Renbird and Ren.
And Ren. Okay, so I know that there are some people that call me Jordy and some people that call me Jorby, and I actually really like Jorby. I think that sounds funny because I don't know anybody with the nickname Jorby. The interesting thing is that your name is Madeline, but your nickname is Maddie, and then we have Jordy and Rennie, and we have Penny and Lottie and Sunny. I feel like to give someone a nickname, you just have to add E. Right now at home, think about your name, hopefully you know it, and switch it with an E. So if your name is Daniel, you could say Danny. Or if it was Patrick, you could call yourself Patry. I can nickname anything. Throw out a name, really.
Lotso.
Then Lotsie, another one.
Minder.
Mindy.
Frank.
Frankie.
Sue.
Susie.
Robot Jeff.
Robot Jeffy. See, you can nickname anything by just adding an E to the end. Madeline, thank you so much for that awesome suggestion, and thank you so much for this awesome drawing. Now let's move on to our second letter. It's from Caden, and it is from San Bernardino. What do you think is inside this letter?
A huge dragon popping out.
I hope so. Ooh, it says, I think you should draw a dragon. Dear Sandals Church kids, I like to draw, but I'm still learning to draw. Well, aren't we all? Every day you draw, you get a little bit better, right? But I wanna see what you drew on this second page. I knew it. Look at this amazing drawing that Caden drew. Renly, look at this. Look at all the detail. There's spikes and wings and fire. Caden drew a dragon, and he challenged me to draw a dragon as well. Caden, challenge accepted. All right, Caden, I hope I did the dragon justice. Madeline, Caden, because you sent us your address, we get to send you mail, which means that you're gonna have our drawings, we're gonna send you guys some stickers and a written message just for you. And for anybody out there that wants to be featured in mail time, you can do it in 2 ways. You can send us physical mail at 150 Palmerita Avenue, Riverside, California, 92507, or you can send us an email at mail@sandalskids.com. Thank you guys so much for sending us this awesome stuff, and we'll see the rest of you next time.
All right, friends, we're gonna jump into a time of worship together.
This is one of our favorite things to do because we get to praise or thank God for everything He has done. Maybe you had a tough week, or maybe you had the best week of your life.
However your week went, you are welcome to worship however you want, as long as you're focusing on God. You could raise your hands and sing, dance, or just sit and be still.
All right, everyone, let's worship.
We either become like Jesus or walk away every day. We can do right or wrong, that's our choice to make every day. So will I follow the wisdom that God has given me? I'm a masterpiece in the making, and He is for me. darkness, you are righteous. Jesus, you are the rightful King. Never changing, never failing. You've never given up on me. You will take the throne forever. All will bow and say, we will worship you forever young, forever free. So lift up a word, raise up a shout. For the God I love deserves his praises loud. So I will praise his name, praise his holy name, praise his name. Whoa. Every heart, every tongue confess the glories of his righteousness and praise his name. Here we go. In the darkness, you were righteous. Jesus, you are the rightful King. Never changing, never failing. You've never given up on me. You'll take the throne forever. All will bow and say, we will worship you forever young, forever free. So lift up a word, raise up a shout. For the God I love deserves his praises loud. So I will praise his name, praise his holy name, praise his name. Whoa. Every heart, every tongue confess the glories of his righteousness and praise his name. Oh, we might seem small singing in this room, but we aren't alone. No, we join in a choir of believers, billions strong. We sing, praise his name, praise his holy name, praise his name. Whoa. Every heart, every tongue confess the glories of his righteousness and praise his name. Praise his name, praise his holy name, praise his name. Glory, 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 oh, glory, oh, glory, hallelujah.
Hey everybody, today we're talking about the great life swap from our story in 1 Peter. Welcome to our series called Until Then, where we're talking about the story of our lives on earth and our future in heaven. We'll see how to take what we've learned throughout the New Testament about things like trusting and obeying God, loving and serving others, and move forward through faith for the rest of our lives until we meet Jesus face to face. This week, we're moving forward by knowing that faith changes our lives, and that means we can obey God. But until then, let's get a move on. Imagine if you had a really awesome pet, like a dog or a cat or a snail. Maybe some of you don't even need to imagine because you already have one. So I want you to imagine getting a brand new pet that you've always wanted. Now you prayed every night that God would give you a pet, and after what felt like 1,000,000 years, God finally answered your prayers with a yes. And you got a furry or slippery little friend you always wanted, and you named it Rupert or Jeremy the Third or Tubbo. Now you guys are best buds. You get each other. You share ice cream with each other and you go on adventures all the time. You even got matching Best Bud bracelets that you wear everywhere you go. But then one day, God very clearly asks you to give your favorite pet back to him. God, you want Rupert back? How will I ever live life without Jeremy the Third? Who will I share ice cream with without Tubbo? You didn't understand why God needs your pet. And you know, it means you'll never see them ever again. Would you obey what God told you to do? How would you feel? Well, there's a story in the Bible about someone who goes through something very similar. But it's even worse than giving up a pet. His name was Abraham, and he is famous for obeying God even when it seemed impossible. That is amazing faith, and you have to check out what Abraham had to give up in Genesis 22, 1 through 18. Now we know that faith is believing in something real that we can't see and also making sure we live like it's real too. The Bible says that faith changes our lives in the biggest way possible. We used to do the sinful things we wanted to do that went against what God wanted. But our lives change if we put our faith in Jesus because we belong to God now. That means we do things His way. Like instead of being selfish, we share with others because God asks us to. Or instead of fighting with our parents, we respect and listen to them because that's what God wants. We are holy or special and set apart from the rest of the world and what they do because God is holy and we are His. We used to live useless lives that did nothing and had no purpose, but then we were saved. We were saved by Jesus dying on the cross for us. Jesus is the only way we can have faith and hope in God. When we are saved and follow God, we have a new life where we obey what is true and live with God forever. Our lives should look completely different from others' lives when we decide to have faith in God. He changes us from the inside out. Changing us from the inside out means our old way of life, where we don't have any purpose or reason to do good, has to go. Our new life should be full of faith, obedience, and hope in what God is doing in our lives. We aren't in charge anymore. God is. But His way is the best way possible. Even when it doesn't make sense to us, we can follow and trust that God's plan for us is way better than ours. After all, He already saved us from our old useless life to prove it. The one thing to remember is that faith changes my life.
Faith changing our life is kind of like this folded up piece of paper. Now, I made this out of just a regular standard piece of paper and just added a few simple cuts. Now, I want to see if some friends of mine can figure out how I made this and see if they can make one of their very own. So let's go see if anyone can solve this. Okay, so it looks like none of my friends could figure out how I made this. Now, let's say you guys wanted to figure out how to make this on your own. Let's see, who do you think you could ask to show you how to do this? Maybe someone that just recently made it, maybe someone that would know how to do it, or maybe know the answer. Who do you think you could ask? That's right. If you said me, you got the answer right. And why would you want to ask me? Why do you think I would know the answer? That's right, because I'm the one who just made this, and I'm the one that knows how to do it. Just like figuring out this folded paper contraption, life can be tricky. And at first, we all try to figure out how to do life on our own, and we fail because the truth is, we don't know how to live a truly good life on our own without God. Our way just doesn't work. So who should we turn to when we don't know how life works? God. He's the one who made us, and he gave us our life, and he's the only one who can show us the right way to live. Just like asking me would have changed the way my friends folded their paper so that they could do it the best way, having faith in God changes our lives so we are living in the best way. But the trick is that your life won't change unless you obey. Obeying is listening to God and doing things God's way, even when it's hard. Now, obeying might not be your favorite. I understand that, but we obey our parents and our teachers, and especially God, because we know that they love us and are asking us to do these things so we can stay safe and become better kids and become better adults. We can have hope that one day we will live in heaven where everything is perfect and we don't have to struggle to figure out life anymore. But until then, I can obey God. Guys, I wasn't gonna leave you hanging. Let me show you how to create your very own magic paper contraption. Okay, so first things first, all you need is a regular piece of paper. And what you're gonna do is fold it in half. Then what you wanna do is cut that right down the middle, because you only need half of this. We're gonna do 3 cuts and that's it. So the first thing you wanna do is cut right here, about halfway through the paper, like that. You're gonna do 1 more on this side, same length. Go ahead and turn your paper over. You're gonna do 1 more cut about the same length, just like that. Now what we're gonna do is flip our paper, set it down, fold it onto that crease, and now you've got your very own magic paper. And what I want you to do, go ask a mom, a dad, a friend, brother, sister, someone who didn't see you make it, and see if they can figure out how you did it. That's it.
What's up, guys? My name's Jordan, and I want to tell you guys about a time my life changed because I obeyed God. So when I was a kid, I loved basketball more than anything. Ever since I was like a little kid in diapers, everyone knew me as the kid who was running around town with a basketball in my hand. I was trying to sneak into gyms everywhere, sneaking into church gyms, sneaking into any gym with my friends or by myself, working on my game. And it was my life. I just looked up to basketball players and I wanted to be one. So as I was practicing more and more, I got spotted out and I actually got an opportunity to play basketball in college. I ended up eventually getting an opportunity to go overseas and play professionally in Colombia. But what happened during all of that, I might have looked really good to people. Hey, this guy works really hard. But there was a part of me where I was actually really lonely. I didn't have community, and I honestly didn't really know what it was like to follow Jesus and to have a meaningful life. At the time, I didn't have that in Colombia. I didn't have any teammates who were following Jesus. I felt like I was living in a little bubble of I'm a basketball player and that's it. I didn't have much more to offer. So I obeyed God and I left everything. I just really felt this strong desire to get connected to community, to be around other people who love Jesus. And man, God's calling me to leave this right now. And I came back to Riverside and I started working at Sandals, started getting really plugged in at Sandals. I even served with you guys, and I never would have gotten to really get connected here at Sandals Church and in this community if I were just going. And my life has changed since I have obeyed God, listened to that call, dropped everything, and went. So right now, many of you guys might be just starting to decide what it is that you want to do with your lives. And maybe it's not a basketball player. Maybe for you, you want to be a zoologist. Maybe you want to be an astronaut, or maybe you want to be a social media expert. But whatever it is that you guys do, you guys can do it for the glory of God. And I hope that that's freeing for you. You guys have a freedom to use those gifts that you have to leverage it for the kingdom. And just like my life changed when I decided to obey Jesus, you guys can too. And eventually you're going to get the chance to meet Jesus face to face. But until then, you can obey God.
Let's take a look at what the Bible says in 1 Peter 1:14. It says, "In the past you did not understand, So you did the evil things you wanted. But now you are children of God who obey. So do not live as you lived in the past. Our lives before we meet and choose to follow Jesus are all about us. That kind of life will never satisfy you or make you happy. God tells us that our faith changes us, so we don't have to live that way anymore. Now we can obey God and live satisfying lives that make us happy. Remember, faith isn't just another thing we learn in church. Faith changes our whole lives.
When I was alone, you were the one who listened. I looked down at the ground, but you held my head up high. When I was afraid, you were the one who gave me strength. There were no arms around me, but you were holding me. You were there when I was on my own. I was weak, but then you made me strong. You were there when I'm all alone. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. When I wasn't there and you were placed up on a tree, with your arms stretched out, you were holding me. You were there when I was on my own. I was weak, but then you made me strong. You were there when I'm all alone. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. I might not see you like I want to see you. You're so much bigger than I think you are. I might not see you like I want to see you, but you're always with me. You're never far away, far away, far away. You're never far away, far away, far away. You're so much bigger than I think you are. You were there when I was on my own. I was weak, but then you made me strong. You were there when I'm all alone. You were here, you were here, you were here with me. You were there when I was on my own. I was weak, but then you made me strong. You were there when I'm all alone. You were here, you were here, you were here with me.
All right, friends, let's go over the series memory verse together from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Faith means being sure of the things we hope for. And faith means knowing that something is real, even if we do not see it.
Now, here is a challenge for you. Maybe there's someone in your life who needs to hear this verse. So grab a piece of paper and write it down. Then see if you can place that paper somewhere that they will find it.
Maybe on the fridge or under a pillow, or even mail it to a friend.
You guys, we have had so much fun today, and you can watch more videos like this at sandalskids.tv or on youtube.com/sandalskids.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at SandalsKids so you always know what we're up to. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you guys next time.